Hi guys, hi guys, hi guys. Hi guys and welcome back to the Mighty Blues. My name is of course Cameron and welcome back today to another video. Something a little bit different. We're going to do a live press conference reaction to Marco Silva's pre-game press conference for our upcoming game against Aston Villa tomorrow night. Now I don't usually do these, that's because I'm usually in work when the press conferences are on, so I can't come and do a reaction. However, I am off today. I've been to get a tattoo today, so I've taken the day off. So I thought, you know what, I'll come and sit down and I'll do a press conference reaction. Why not? Marco Silva's gone over some injury stuff. He's also gone over some other important things as well, so I'm going to sit here and talk about it today. Get your thoughts in the live comments, of course. Don't forget again as well, we will be live at 6:15 tonight for the live game preview to the game tomorrow night. We'll be giving my predicted starting 11. We'll be talking a little bit about the press conference as well, so don't forget to join us then. Jonathan says, hi Cam, hi, hope you are doing well. Jeff says, alright Cam, alright Jeff, I hope you are doing well yourself. I'm just going to tweet the stream out so everybody knows that we are live. If you're in the live comments, please do leave your thoughts and drop a like on the stream if you are enjoying. So we'll go straight into it. I've got some of the quotes from Marco Silva on my phone here. Obviously, there's always going to be questions regarding injuries. There's always going to be questions regarding some things that have happened in the footballing world over the last week. So the first question Marco Silva was asked, and probably the one that we were all looking forward to hearing the answer to the most, was specifically regarding Lucas Digne. He was asked whether Lucas Digne's available for tomorrow. He was asked whether he was fit. Marco Silva said Lucas Digne is available and so is Leighton Baines. The only injury issue we have at the minute is a problem with Fabian Delph, and hopefully next week he'll do full sessions with the team. He also said that Delph has been working with the team, he's been training, however, he hasn't been doing full training sessions. So obviously, fantastic news just off the bat there. Lucas Digne is available for tomorrow's game, so I assume he will be in the starting 11. Really good to hear that Leighton Baines is fit as well. It meant that if Lucas Digne wasn't fit, obviously we'd have somebody in there in Leighton to step in, and it also means we'll have hopefully Leighton on the bench as well. You know, we were in the situation against Watford last week where Lucas Digne had to go off and we had to bring Mason Holgate on, and Seamus Coleman had to go over to the left hand side. So fantastic to hear that Leighton Baines is fully fit as well, and we know that he's there if we need him. But the main sort of bit of information from that is that Lucas Digne is fit. Like we thought, he was only taken off with precautionary measures against Watford, and he is fit to play in the starting 11 tomorrow, and I assume he will be in that starting 11. Marco Silva also gave us a little bit of an update on Djibril Sidibe's situation. He was asked whether Sidibe was injured, whether he was brought in injured, whether it's a case of him not being fit, whether it's a case of him not, just fitting into the system yet. And he said that Sidibe has been in full training with the first team. His physical situation is really good and was when he come in. He'd played the full pre-season with Monaco, unlike the other new signings, and he is ready if I decide to play him. So that's obviously really interesting. The first time Marco Silva's really been asked a question about Sidibe since he's joined the club. I think a lot of us sort of understood that maybe it was a fitness thing, maybe he just, wasn't ready to be involved yet. Obviously, hadn't been on the bench at all. I'd understand why he wouldn't be in the starting 11, because obviously Seamus is the captain and Seamus is the number one right back. But, it was a little bit strange as to why he wasn't in the 18 at all, not in the squad. Silva's come out and said he's fit. It's just a case of whether he wants to risk him. It's just a case of whether he wants to put him in. His physical situation when he joined the club was very good, and it's just again about him settling into the team and settling him into the squad. So maybe we might see Sidibe at least on the bench tomorrow against Aston Villa. I dare say we'll probably see one of Sidibe or Leighton Baines. I don't know whether we'd see them both on there. But yeah, really interesting that as well. Jonathan says made up Dean was fit. Yeah, spot on, mate. Me too. Absolutely made up for that one. Silva was then asked about Alex Iwobi. He said, for sure, he's looking forward. We all are. He started really late and it's only his second week working with the team. So we spoke about Alex Iwobi on yesterday's live stream, and we're going to speak about him again a little bit later on when we do the game preview. A lot of people wanting to see him involved, a lot of people wanting to see him start in the game. I think it's important that we understand that he is still very fresh. He hasn't had a lot of training, he hasn't had a long pre-season. Of course, he's been away with his international team. So Marco Silva obviously coming out there and saying, listen, it's going to take him a little bit of time to get, to get used to the system, to get used to the team, to get used to his teammates, and it's going to take him a little bit of time to settle in. Didn't say that he wouldn't be involved tomorrow. He said that he is ready if he decides to make that decision. If he decides to start him, he's ready to start. However, I think that's Marco Silva basically saying that, he may be involved at some point, but he probably won't start the game. But who knows? Jonathan says, sorry, I haven't been the past few live streams, being busy. That's okay, mate. No problem at all. You don't have to apologise. Silva then went on to talking about the central midfield situation, of course. He said it's one of the solutions we have to keep the same 11 or not. We have Morgan and Gabam, and Fabian is not available. So he was obviously saying what we already knew. Fabian Delph still injured. Fabian Delph still suffering with that injury. Oh, bear with me 2 seconds. Give me just 2 seconds. Computer seems to have decided to try and reset itself for some reason. Just give me a second. Let me try and get everything back. And then, of course, we'll jump straight back into talking about the press conference. I think we are still live. I'm assuming we're still live anyway. Everything should still be okay. Live control room. Are we still rocking and rolling? Live dashboard. I think we are. I think we're all good. I think we're still rocking and rolling. I do apologise about that one. Let me know in the live comments if we're still going live. Yeah, I think we are. Computer decided to just try and knock itself out there for some reason. But yeah, Marco Silva was obviously discussing the situation regarding central midfield. He said that it's his decision whether we keep the same 11 or not. He said that we have Morgan and Gabaman available. The only player we know is not available is Fabian Delph, which we already knew from the start of the press conference when he spoke about injuries, and he said Fabian Delph is the only player that still carries an injury. So again, up to Marco Silva whether he decides to go with the same 11. Personally, I would go with the same 11. Personally, I'd still want Gabaman to play. I spoke about it yesterday. I spoke about how he's already sort of involved now. He's already been forced to make an instant impact, so he may as well stay in the team and he may as well continue. Silva then went on to talking about the clean sheet record. He said in football, normally you don't have time to settle in. Normally you don't have time for any excuses. You have to show results straight away when you can win with a clean sheet. That's fantastic, which of course we all know about. We all know how well we've started, which is obviously is really, really positive. He was then asked about VAR. He said it's too early. We had meetings with the referees last season for them to be clear with everyone about VAR. I think it will be possible for football. I think it will be positive for football, but it's up to them to make it clear. He also said they need to explain the rules to the fans. That is important. They have to be clear with everyone, the managers and the fans. And I think that's really, really important because, we've spoke about VAR a couple of days ago on live stream, and it's a massive, massive subject now. It's a massive, massive conversation. I think for me, the issue isn't actually the VAR. It's not the video assistance. It's not the referees being shown replays. It's the rule book behind the VAR. So the handball situation in the City game was all to do with the rules regarding handball. The offsides was also to do with the rules regarding offsides. And I think Marco Silva was getting at saying he thinks it'll be positive for football, but they do need to have a little look at the rules, and they do need to communicate it a little bit better to fans as well, because you can't just leave fans sort of sitting around in the stadium not knowing what's going on. And you know what? That's 100% spot on. I agree with them 100%. They do need to communicate it a little bit better, and they do need to, let fans understand what's going on and why it's going on as well. So obviously that's really, really positive to hear that Marco Silva's sort of on our side about that one. David says, nice to see him recognise the fact that the boys can break the 100 year who do clean sheet, but we need to start scoring. Yeah, spot on 100%. Mikey says, what time is the game preview tonight, mate? It's going to be at 6:15, 6:15 tonight, so don't forget to come over and join us then. Jeff says, what's the 100 year who do? I think it's we haven't kept, I think it's 10 or 12 clean sheets, and it's something like that. 10 out of 12 clean sheets. It's about an amount of clean sheets that we haven't had since for 100 years. So hopefully we can break that one. Jonathan says yes, live. Thank you very much, Jonathan. David says, since we kept 3 clean sheets from our owners. There you go. That's it. Jeff says, wow, really, I'm shocked. That's unbelievable, Dave. Yep, certainly is. Marco Silva then went on to talking about something that's, been quite relevant in football over the last week. Not something that's affected Everton, but definitely something that's affected football in this country, which is racism, of course. He said, racism is not just in football. We are talking about society. I think everyone can do more and more to stop these situations, not just in football. And yeah, absolutely spot on by Marco. Listen, racism is absolutely disgusting. Obviously the situation regarding Paul Pogba in the last week is absolutely shocking. It's awful. It's so bad to think that we're in 2019 and racism still exists. But Marco Silva's absolutely spot on. We all need to do a little bit more to obviously to try and cut racism out of not just football but society as well, because it's a society issue. It's not just an issue within football. He then was asked directly about social media and players using social media and whether he believes that has an impact on things. He said it's something they like to do. Often it's important to use it in a normal way, and of course everybody has to respect that, which again is Marco Silva basically saying there's no excuse, because you can't bring social media into it as, oh well, should footballers use social media because of this? No, they just shouldn't be dickheads on social media, and those dickheads should be found and should be put in prison. It's nothing to do with footballers using social media, it's the other dickheads that are on social media. Silva also said, when he was talking about obviously the clean sheet record, he said it makes me really proud. I know we are working really hard to achieve something like that. So again, that's something that the management, that's something that the players themselves have got their eye on, that record. So hopefully we can show that in the performance tomorrow night. And then finally, Silva was asked about Moise Kean. He said it's a normal process, talking about obviously Moise Kean settling in. He said it's a normal process, not just with him. He's working hard and trying to settle as fast as he can. It's up to us to keep working with him. Whether he will start or not is my decision. It's up to me. So again, Marco Silva saying, listen, Moise Kean wants to start. He's working hard. It's again reiterating his previous point, saying that we need to just sort of, bring him in slowly. We need to introduce him slowly because we don't want to rush him into the team straight away. However, he said that he is ready if need be, which obviously is absolutely fantastic news. So there you have it. That is my live reaction to Marco Silva's pre-game press conference for tomorrow's game against Aston Villa. Like I said, don't forget to join us at 6:15 tonight. Sorry, not tomorrow. Tonight for the full live game preview, when I'll be talking about the game. Obviously, I'll be talking about my predicted starting 11, and we'll be talking a little bit more in depth about some of the quotes that Marco Silva has said today. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. Well, it's going to do it for now anyway, until 6:15. Please do hit the like if you have enjoyed, and subscribe if you are new. Don't forget to join us at 6:15 once again. Jeff says hit the like, fellas. Thank you very much, Jeff, and thanks to everybody for the support. Like I said, don't forget to join us at 6:15 for the full game preview. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.